Hey everyone, and welcome to Weight Loss Wednesday. I'm Chef AJ, the author of Unprocessed, The Secrets to Ultimate Weight Loss and Own Your Health, and this is where I show you recipes for healthy, permanent, and sustainable weight loss. Why order Chinese takeout when you can make Chinese take-in? It's healthier, cheaper, and more delicious. And today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite recipes, Mu Shu mushrooms. So we're going to start with a pan that I have heated up. This is a form of a nonstick pan that's not Teflon, but use the best pan that you can afford. And that's what I recommend. I don't know if they make this anymore. I've had it for years, Pampered Chef, and I love it because it's really more like a wok pan or a saute pan. So in order to saute without oil, you need to get the pan nice and hot, and then you have a little bit of water here. And what you do is you go like that, and when the little beads of water start dancing around like that, you know it's hot enough. So I'm gonna start with my onions. And these are chopped onions. This is 5 cups. I like to do everything by weight. It's 20 ounces, but it's approximately 5 cups. And I'm just going to put these in the pan and let them sit there for a little bit. And then I'm going to start moving them around. I have videos on this channel where I show you how to saute without oil, but it starts with a nice hot pan, and I'm just going to let it sit there just for a little bit, and then I'll show you when it's time to start stirring or adding water. While I'm waiting for these onions to get nice and brown and caramelized, I'm just going to spread them out. See, I love the way this is because I can spread them all the way up to the top. I'm going to show you the other ingredients in the recipe. So Mu Shu traditionally has some kind of cabbage in it, and I can't shred this as fine as the store. I like getting the angel hair coleslaw because it's very, very fine. That's one of the ingredients. And then, of course, what would any recipe be, not only without onion, but without garlic? And I have a 1/4 cup of peeled garlic cloves, and I love this little tool. I know you've seen me use the Tupperware one in the past, but it broke, and this one that I got from Kitchen, which I'll link to, was about 1/3 the price, and it's so much bigger. You can like do whole onions, and it's very, very easy to use. You just pull the string, and you can make it as fine as you like. My little dog Bailey eats carrots every day, and she's really small, so we have to cut things really fine for her. And this thing is just my favorite tool now. And I'm pretty sure I still have a discount code, which I'll link to below. I'm not getting ready to stir these yet. I wait till they get nice and hot. And then the other ingredient are mushrooms. So I have this bowl here because I've been marinating my mushrooms, and I'll tell you what I marinated in a minute, but I like to use a bowl that has a secure lid because then every now and then I can just shake it around or even turn it upside down. I have 24 ounces of mushrooms, which is approximately 8 cups, and I started marinating these when I woke up this morning, which was, let me see what time it is, about 5 hours ago. You could even do it overnight. And it's really watery now because mushrooms give up a lot of their water just in general. And so you don't need to really be adding water when you're cooking this way. The marinade is really important, and I'm going to talk about it in a second, but I think it's time now for me to start moving my onions around in the pan. And you can see how quickly they get browned. You really don't need oil to cook with, unless you're frying, which of course isn't recommended for health. They really cook up so quickly, so brown and caramelized. Every now and then, I add a little bit of water, you know, a couple tablespoons at a time. And of course you could use broth. I recommend no sodium, but really there's so much flavor in the recipes I give that I don't think broth really makes a difference. So you're really just spending a lot of money for it, unless you want to make it yourself, which I sometimes do. But you can see how quickly these cooked up. And I'm just going to let them go a little bit longer before I add the garlic. You don't want to add the garlic, at least that's how I was taught in advance, because it can burn. So I like to wait for my onions to finish before I add the garlic. And so I just move this around in the pan. Not only do you save hundreds of calories sauteing without oil, but you save a lot of money because oil is expensive. When I lived in LA, I worked with lots of restaurants to get oil out of the food, And not only did the customers not even know, but they ended up saving lots of money, and it's so much easier to clean your pots and pans when you don't use disgusting oil. You know, oil is for cars, it's not for people. And if it starts to stick a little bit like over there, just a little bit of water is all you need. So I'm going to be really honest. There's only 3 foods in the plant kingdom that I don't like and I really don't eat. One is celery, one is cooked buckwheat. I'll eat like raw buckwheat if it's made into granola, and mushrooms. But I know they're really healthy and everybody talks about them, so I'm trying to find recipes where I not only will tolerate them but love them, and this is one of them. The other one is the stuffed mushrooms that I showed you a few weeks ago, which I'll link to because it'll be a great Super Bowl recipe, as with this, because Super Bowl's coming up. So you can see these aren't getting nice and brown. Actually, they are, and now I'm going to add my garlic. And with garlic, I mean, this was a 1/4 cup. It could have been an 1/8. It could have been a 1/2. I mean, garlic's one of those things. There's really, you can't really have too many garlic or onion. And I feel bad for people that can't eat onion and garlic because I cook what's called SOS free, sugar, oil, salt free. I just do not know how to make food taste good. I could probably do it without garlic, but my philosophy is everything starts with an onion. I remember interviewing a French chef once, and he said, the foundation of French cooking is onion. And I'm like, the foundation of all cooking is onion. So I cannot imagine. And onions taste different. Sweet onions taste different than red onions, taste different than white. There's really no bad onion. Green might be my favorite, which we are going to use in this recipe. So we'll let the garlic hang out a little bit with the onion. The only thing I don't like about this recipe is I gotta actually stand here and cook. I'm so lazy. Most of my recipes are just dump recipes that I can put in the Instant Pot. So now I'm going to add the mushrooms, and this will take a little bit to cook down because, like I said, they give up so much water. But let me tell you about the marinade. And the marinade was a 1/2 cup. And I'm going to show you some options once I get this in the pan and start cooking. Just going to move it around. It smells so good. I mean, literally, guys, it smells like a Chinese restaurant in here, but without the MSG and the oil that they use. And you know, I know people say, oh, I order it, you know, steamed or salt-free. People I've known that own Chinese restaurants say that the wok already had oil, the water from the vegetables already had it. So, you know, maybe it is less oil, but I don't believe you really get a true oil-free meal at a restaurant. So we're just gonna let this cook down, and it will. So how do you marinate your mushrooms? Well, back in the day, I probably would have marinated them in something like low sodium soy sauce, tamari, which is wheat-free soy sauce, coconut aminos, but it all has salt. And you know, I don't want to make a recipe that I can't teach or offer at the True North Health Center, and I haven't eaten salt in, well, really since August 1st, 2008. I really never ate much salt. I was the 4th of 4 children, born 10 years after my siblings, to parents who were almost in their 50s. So my dad had already had a heart attack by the time I was born. So he was on a no sodium diet, no added salt diet. So I never really ate salt growing up. My grandparents already had heart disease, all of my dad's siblings. So I think the first time I tasted salt, I was 7 years old. I was at my cousin's house, and she gave me one of those pretzel rods with the coarse salt on the outside, and I spit it out. I thought it was so disgusting. Salt is a developed taste. It's not like sugar, which is inherent. And if you grow up without it, like some people I know, you don't crave it, you don't miss it. I think salt is a very lazy way to season your food. I feel if you use salt, you should just put it on at the table, sprinkle it on the way Dr. McDougall says, where the taste buds at the tip of the tongue can taste it, because when you cook with it, it dissipates and you use so much more. If you're eating processed food, you're already getting enough sodium, and a teaspoon of salt has over 2,300 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon. Your requirement is maybe 1/16 of a teaspoon for how much sodium you need, but if you're eating green vegetables in a healthy, whole food, plant-based diet, you're going to get all the sodium you need. If you're willing to go 30 days without salt, you will neuroadapt, and then when you eat something like chard, you'll be like, oh my God, this is so salty. But even if you do eat salt, add it at the table. And there are, you know, I cook for regular people at culinary schools, spas, resorts, and these are people that not only are not vegan, but definitely eat sugar, oil, and salt, and I've never really had a problem with the food. If you know how to season it properly, you don't need salt. So what I'm using is California balsamic vinegar, and I'm going to show you the different options. And they're just amazing because they're SOS free, and they are so flavorful because they have so many savory flavors. As I mentioned, back in the day, I would have marinated the mushrooms in raw coconut aminos, but that's still 90 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon. And California balsamic has 0 milligrams of sodium. So the flavor that I'm choosing, or that I chose for this recipe, is the teriyaki, because it's already got the garlic and the ginger in there, and it just tastes like teriyaki sauce, but without the sugar and the salt and sometimes oil. The other flavor I would recommend for this dish, if you have it, is Gilroy garlic. I'm out of that one. However, if you don't really want it like with a Chinese flair, there's no reason you couldn't do this dish with other flavors. So I've tried it with the classic, which is the regular balsamic. And I think other flavors that would work really well, again, not with an Asian flair, would be the smoked hickory, which tastes like barbecue sauce. That's one of my favorites. Sweet heat, which is not super hot, would be amazing as a marinade. And if you like spicy, I know this is Dr. Greger's favorite, the blazing habanero. But I recommend for the most Asian flair, the teriyaki or the Gilroy garlic, but then you'd probably want to add some ginger to this. So you can see, it takes a while for all the water to cook off. And so we're just waiting now for that. I mean, I could put the top on, I suppose. Might cook a little bit faster. Ah, it smells amazing. Oh, I used 1/2 a cup of the vinegar for 1.5 pounds of mushrooms. So I'll just put the top on, and now we wait. So when the water cooks down, I don't know, that took maybe about 10 minutes. Of course, depending on what your heat was, it'll take longer or shorter. You can deglaze the pan using a little bit of water, or if you like, just a little bit more of whatever flavor vinegar you decided to use. Oh man, it smells so good. And now we are going to add, this is a 10-ounce bag of angel hair cabbage. A coleslaw. Cabbage is such a healthy food. And we don't want to cook it too much. We kind of want it, al dente. And I'm going to serve this over rice. I'm going to show you how to plate it over on the island when it's done. But, traditionally Mu Shu is served with a pancake. It's probably made of flour. And you could probably find that in the ethnic section of your grocery store, or even at an ethnic market. Maybe even make your own. Oh, that looks so good. It's so healthy. And this recipe has only 7 ingredients. I really like to try to stick to recipes that have 7 ingredients or less, that are readily available in any supermarket. Actually, everything except for the California balsamic came from my local Winco. I don't have the luxury of living next door to Trader Joe's anymore. I always have chopped scallions on hand because I think they're delicious. I'm just going to stir them in. I didn't measure. It's really just to make it look pretty. I'm going to turn the heat off, and I'm going to meet you over on the island and show you how to plate it. So I like to serve it over rice, and you can make any kind of rice or any grain that matter that you like. I just made my favorite rice, which is white rice. Yes, Chef AJ eats white rice, loves it, not afraid to eat any rice, and I love white rice. But what I love to do to bump up the nutrition and flavor of plain white rice, which I can eat plain and I love, and when I have a stomach ache, the only thing that really settles it is white rice, or the recipe I showed you last week, the healthy 7-Up. I like to take the scallions, which I already have chopped in my fridge because I put them every day on my salad, and I love to mix them into the white rice because it makes it pretty and it makes it even more flavorful. So you don't have to do this if you want. There are some scallions in this dish, but this is just something I do whenever I eat rice because I love it. And again, feel free to use any color or colors of rice you like. I don't cook the scallions with the rice. I put them in raw. And I know that onions are on everybody's list. It's on Dr. Furman's G-Bombs. I think it's on Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen. They're just so good for you and they're so delicious. All right, so then we have our rice. And we're gonna put the rice on the plate, as much or as little as you like. As I mentioned, this is basmati, but I think when I think of Chinese food, I just love white rice because that's the most traditional. So I'm just going to put it on the plate, spread it out a little bit. I used my rice cooker called Aroma, which I got at Costco for $29, and it's lasted me for years. I just think it's so much easier to cook rice in a rice cooker. Yes, Instant Pots are great, but you got to memorize the water. With rice cookers, it's really easy. So I'm just going to stir up my mushroom Mu Shu one more time, and then I'm going to take a nice generous serving, place it over the rice. That's delicious. And if you like, just to make it pretty, you just take a little bit of your California balsamic over the plate, and there you have it. Chinese take-in mushroom Mu Shu. I hope you'll try this recipe, and if you like it, you'll let me know. I'm Chef AJ, and I truly believe you can have both the health and the body that you so richly deserve. Take care.